Section 1 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Esther Simonides. Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. Section 1. Coming to the King. I came from very far to see the King of Salem, for I had been told of glory and of wisdom manifold, and condescension infinite and free. Now could I rest, when I had heard his fame, in that dark lonely land of death, from whence I came? I came, but not like Sheba's queen, alone, no stately train, no costly gifts to bring, no friend at court, save one, the King. I had request to spread before his throne, and I had questions none could solve for me, of import deep and full of mystery. I came and communed with that mighty King, and told him all my heart. I cannot say in mortal ear what communings were they, but wouldst thou know, so too and meekly bring all that is in thine heart, and thou shalt hear his voice of love and power, his answers sweet and clear. O happy end of every weary guest! He told me all I needed graciously, enough for guidance and for victory, or doubts and fears enough for quiet rest. And when some veiled response I could not read, it was not hid from him, this was enough indeed. His wisdom and his glories passed before my wondering eyes in gradual revelation, the house that he had built, its strong foundation, its living stones, and brightening more and more in glimpses of that palace far away, where all his royal ones shall dwell with him for aye. True the report that reached my far-off land, of all his wisdom and transcendent fame, yet I believed not until I came, bowed to the dust till raised by royal hand. The half was never told me by mortal word, my King exceeded all the fame that I had heard. Oh happy are his servants, happy they, who stand continually before his face, ready to do his will of wisest grace. My King, is mine such blessedness to-day? For I too hear thy wisdom line by line, thy ever-brightening words in holy radiance shine. O blessed be the Lord thy God, who sat, our King, upon his throne, divine delight, in the beloved crowning thee with might, honour and majesty supreme, and yet the strange and godlike secret opening thus, the kingship of his Christ, ordained through love to us. What shall I render to my glorious King? I have but that which I receive from thee, and what I give, thou givest back to me, transmuted by thy touch each worthless thing, changed to the preciousness of gem or gold, and by thy blessing multiplied 1,000-fold. All my desire thou grantest whatsoe'er I ask. Was ever mythic tale or dream so bold as this reality, this stream of boundless blessings flowing full and free? Yet more than I have thought or asked of thee, out of thy royal bounty still thou givest me. Now I will turn to my own land and tell what I myself have seen and heard of thee, and give thine own sweet message, come and see, and yet in heart and mind for ever dwell with thee, my King of peace, in loyal rest, within the fair pavilion of thy presence blessed. J.R. Havergal. End of Section 1. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 2 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Our King. O Saviour, precious Saviour, whom yet unseen we love, O name of might and favour, all other names above. We worship thee, we bless thee, to thee alone we sing, we praise thee and confess thee, our holy Lord and King. In thee all fullness dwelleth, all grace and power divine. The glory that excelleth, O Son of God, is thine. We worship thee, we bless thee, to thee alone we sing, we praise thee and confess thee, our glorious Lord and King. End of Section 2. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 3 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Section 3. Led in Peace. Ye shall go out with joy, and be led forth with peace. Isaiah 4:12. With joy thou shalt be girded, with peace thou shalt be led, and everlasting glory shall rest upon thy head. The hills break forth in singing, the shadows flee away. This is thy King and Saviour, he will not say thee nay. End of section 3. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 4 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 4. His Presence. O Saviour, if thy presence here can such bright joy impart, what must it be in that sweet home where thou its glory art? Here through face vision small and fine, one glimpse of thy dear face kindles a glow in lonely hearts no cloud can e'er efface. Cecilia Havergal. End of section 4. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 5 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Springs of peace, when conflict heightens, thine uplifted eye shall see. Peace that strengthens, calms, and brightens, peace itself a victory. Springs of comfort strangely springing through the bitter wells of woe, founts of hidden gladness bringing joy that earth can ne'er bestow. End of section 5. Section 6 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 6. The Welcome to the King. Midst the darkness, storm, and sorrow, one bright gleam I see. Well I know the blessed morrow Christ will come for me. Midst the light and peace and glory of the Father's home, Christ is watching, waiting, waiting till I come. Long the blessed Guide has led me by the desert road. Now I see the golden towers, city of my God. There amidst the loving glory he is waiting yet. On his hands a name is graven he never can forget. There amidst the songs of heaven, sweeter to his ear, is the footfall through the desert, ever drawing near. There made ready are the mansions, glorious, bright, and fair, but the bride the Father gave him still is wanting there. Who is this who comes to meet him on the desert way, as the morning star foretelling God's unclouded day? He it is who came to win me on the cross of shame. In his glory well I know him, evermore the same. Oh, the blessed joy of meeting all the desert past! Oh, the wondrous words of greeting he shall speak at last! He and I together entering those bright courts above, he and I together sharing all the Father's love. Where no shade nor stain can enter, nor the gold be dim, in that holiness unsullied I shall walk with him. Meet companion then for Jesus, from him for him made, glory of God's grace forever there in me displayed. He who in his hour of sorrow bore the curse alone, I who through the lonely desert trod where he had gone, he and I in that bright glory one deep joy shall share, mine to be forever with him, his that I am there. End of section 6. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 7 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The King of Love. The King of Love my shepherd is, whose goodness faileth never. I nothing lack if I am his, and he is mine for ever. Where streams of living waters flow, my ransomed soul he leadeth, and where the verdant pastures grow, with food celestial feedeth. End of section 7. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 8 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Section 8. God is love and God is light. God is love, his mercy brightens all the path in which we rove. Bliss he forms and woe he lightens. God is light and God is love. Chance and change are busy ever, worlds decay and ages move, but his mercy waneth never. God is light and God is love. End of section 8. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 9 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 7. Thine eyes shall see the King. Thine eyes shall see, yes, thine who blind erewhile, now trembling towards the new-found light dost flee. Leave doubting, and look up with trustful smile. Thine eyes shall see. Thine eyes shall see the King, the very same, whose love shone forth upon the curseful tree, who bore thy guilt, who called thee by name. Thine eyes shall see. Thine eyes shall see the King, the mighty one, the many-crowned, the light-enrobed, and he shall bid thee share the kingdom he hath won. Thine eyes shall see. End of section 9. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 10 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 10. I am thine. Jesus, Master, I am thine. Keep me faithful, keep me near. Let me in thy presence shine. All my homeward way to cheer. Jesus, at thy feet I fall. Oh, be thou my all in all. End of section 10. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 11 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 11. Is it for me? Is it for me, dear Saviour, thy glory and thy rest? For me, so weak and sinful, oh, shall I thus be blessed? Is it for me to see thee in all thy glorious grace, and gaze in endless rapture on thy beloved face? Behold thee in thy beauty, behold thee face to face, behold thee in thy glory, and reap thy smile of grace, and be with thee for ever, and never grieve thee more? Dear Saviour, I must praise thee, and lovingly adore. End of section 11. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 12 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 12. Going to Christ. I go to Christ my Saviour with every little need. The help he always gives me is wonderful indeed. I go when I am mourning, the lost of loved ones near. He speaketh words of comfort sweet, he doth my spirit cheer. I go when I am fearing the cruse of oil will fail. He sendeth me the needful means, and thus doth prayer prevent. Cecilia Havergal. End of section 12. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 13 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 13. My King and Master. Christ my King, my Master, let my whole life be spent in blessed service only unto thee. Let me serve thee gladly, that the world may know 'tis a happy privilege thee to serve below. Let me serve thee humbly, thine be all the praise. 'Tis thy love alone which tunes my feeble lays. Let me serve thee quickly, time will soon be o'er. I would fain lead many to heaven's peaceful shore. Let me serve thee ever, from morning until eve. My earliest and my latest breath, my King, thou shalt receive. And oh, when service here is spent, and heaven is won, grant that I too, dear Master, may hear thy sweet, well done. Cecilia Havergal. End of section 13. Section 14 of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Esther Simonides. Section 14. Under his shadow. Under his shadow, with Christ alone, here love he whispers in tenderest tone, treasures unfolding, riches of grace, thus for life's battle my soul doth he brace. Under his shadow, a near page of life, opens before me, apart from the strife. Oh, wilt thou show me, Master and King, how I may glory unto thee bring? Under his shadow may life be passed, daily and hourly, on till the last. Then no more shadows, all shall have fled, when we awake like Jesus our Head. M.A. Spiller. I sat down under a shadow with great delight. Canto 2, G. End of Section 14. End of Coming to the King by Frances Ridley Havergal.